So one thing that happened was I was playing a lot in school. So my parents had to send me to a boarding school in order for me to focus more on school. So that's how I went to Marston College. But the difference is, as far as discipline goes, the discipline is pretty much the same. But when you're at a boarding school, you don't have access to distractions. There's no TV, there's no cell phone. You're just out there in the woods, um, focusing on education. So if you wanted to have fun, you had to be creative. You had to come up with a bunch of things to do. And you also had to study. You had no choice but to study. You basically had no choice but to study. But it was a good experience. I matured a lot because it gave me a synopsis of how to be independent. I wasn't really independent because you're eating the food from the DH, but housekeeping issues like making your bed, cleaning your area, basic grooming, I learned a lot from boarding school in that regard.
I agree with you. I can also relate to that. Boarding school teaches you a lot of discipline. Where I went, which is Marangai School from Form 1 to Form 4, the boarding master there, he was one of those militant guys that would beat you up at 4 a.m. if you hesitate to get out of bed. So yeah, boarding school, I rate boarding school in that regard, that it really teaches someone discipline and responsibility. So that's a good distinction between the two. So let's talk more about your transition from high school. There's a period where you have done with exams, right? Tell us about that period after high school. What was going through your mind? What were you thinking? Did you already plan that you were going to study what you studied now, or it's something that you sort of like ran into